There we go. I think that's everything. Gonna put something chill on actually. Excuse me. As chill as it gets. There we go.
Witness my magnificence!
Where is my bratty Archon? She's right there. Where is her weapon? Right here. No, I'm not going for her weapon, for her actual weapon. This is, like, honestly, like, no joke. Festering Desire for most teams, because she generally is going to have fairly high energy requirements in most teams. Festering Desire is actually only like 10% behind her signature once you factor in ER requirements. So it's like her signature just isn't worth getting unless you already have like really high cons on her. Like I think it's like once you get C4 of Farina, that's when her signature. You hate that Favonia's sword looks good on her? Yes, I have C2 Farina. 380 wishes. Well spent? I don't know if I would say that, but they've been spent. And it also means that my Noelle is gonna do quite a lot of damage. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, Favonius does look real nice on her. And actually, in some of her teams, when she does actually need a very, very high amount of no food this month, I'm a saver, not a whale. Anyway. Yeah, there are actually going to be teams where she's going to want to use Favonius. So the fact that it looks nice on her, you know, actually, that's actually not a bad thing, really. But also, Wolffang apparently works pretty well with her. Again, only if you have... Like, the thing is that if I didn't have any ER requirements, I'd probably be running Jade Cutter. But, yeah, Festering is actually a really good option on her. For those who were playing back in, like, 1.2. Oh, right, yeah, Yelan is, yeah, Yelan's not going to be able to get away with running fucking Slingshot. I need to give her, a fav. Ganyu. Sorry, Ganyu. I don't know why Ganyu had a fav, but now she doesn't. You can put the fishing weapon on her. Oh yeah, the Fleuve Sand. Yeah, that's actually like her default pick if you're if you don't have Festering. It's like medium level ER. It's like low level ER requirements like Wolffang or Jade Cutter, or if you've got the signature. Medium to semi-high ER, you want it's like Festering Desire or Fleuve Sand, and extremely high ER requirements, so teams where she needs to have like 200 plus to be able to use her burst reliably. That's when you go Fav. Well, down we go. You're using Farina with Risley? How's that going for you? Do you have a C1 Risley or just C0? Because, that's gonna be a lot of HP drain. Opium, good. I mean, there are teams that it works with. Like, have you heard of the Bain-Marie team? you don't know what it is, it's a Burgeon team. I think that the composition is, hold on. Memory. There's actually different options that you can take for it. So it's Risley, or Risley. It works with Risley because you need to be in the 50 to 70% HP range. Yeah, I know that with you have him with his C1. Yeah, well that's gonna help because he's gonna heal more. But anyway, so the team that I was about to say is so Risley, either Baiju or Yao Yao. Probably Baiju is better for this one. Farina, and then for the last slot, it's either if you want to have a higher damage ceiling, and like higher pyro application, it's Zhongling, and you have her running an EM build with Kitane Cross Spear. Or if you want to have a more defensive version, although it would be less pyro application, so it probably wouldn't be quite as much melting that would happen. Toma, once again EM build with Kitane Cross Spear. And it makes for a pretty nice Burgeon team. The Theory Crafter that kind of like came up with this, well, particularly when you're using Zhongling, he calls it the Bain-Marie team, which it means like water bath, because you're like eating frozen enemies, or like the reason it's kind of like it's got its own unique archetype because it triggers a lot of melts. Whereas the typical team that before that would have a Burgeon core with a cryo unit would actually have a lot of freeze up time because there was a lot of hydro. But because Farina's hydro application is slower than the other two off-field hydro apps, it means that there's enough time for the Pyro Aura to be present for Risley to rev melt. Store videos of Risley works good more with freeze teams than with Pyro. Yeah, before Farina. And yes, actually you could use Farina in a freeze team as well, that's nothing stopping you there. But using him as the driver in a Burgeon core works very well too. Because he will rev melt the burning aura, weaken it enough that Farina's Hydro app will create blooms, and then your Pyro will trigger Burgeon, which is a powerful reaction when you can get it. And the defensive version, when you're using Toma, yes, you're getting less melts because he doesn't apply Pyro as fast as Zhongling does. But he's got defensive utility in the fact that although it's not a very strong shield, it gives you interrupt resistance whilst it's active. And it's got a better uptime than Baiju's shield if you're using Baiju. Yeah, it's a cool team interaction. It's worth it, I think. Or it's interesting enough that it's worth exploring. But in terms of like freeze, sorry, I'm just getting the interactive map open on my phone. If you're like a mega whale and you have Risley and Shenhe at C6, then yeah, he's going to do a ton of damage in freeze, because Shenhe's C6 makes it so that normal attacks don't count against her Icy Quill quota, So it basically means that her buff is infinite on its duration. Like, it doesn't have a quota anymore, it's just a permanent buff for as long as it's active on Risley's main source of damage. From what I've heard, it is a very, very high amount of single target DPS. But it is whale territory because it's C6 on 2 characters. You used all your savings for Risley C1 and Farina C0. Yeah, I had like 420 something wishes before Farina came out. So if you don't include my Star Glitter, I have 74. I used a lot. I used a lot to get C2. Although, damn you rich people. Hey, all I do is Battle Pass and Welkin Moon. And then I just save. Because I skipped Risley. The last character that I got limited banner was Nivelet. And he was guaranteed. And I also have 75 wishes in Star Glitter, but, you know. That's the emergency fund. Interactive map, please open up on my phone. That is not the interactive map, that is. Don't lie, you fancy fox, that outfit of yours is for rich people. You do not want to see my bank account. Want to get depression fast? Imagine calling someone rich when they literally have barely 3 figures in their bank account. And they don't get paid for another 2.5 weeks. Okay, there we go. So I needed to find the one that is underwater. So basically I'm trying to mark off hydroculi when I find them so that I don't lose track, but sometimes it's not easy. So I am here. No food challenge month. If I, like, I just want to, like, say that if I ever got myself into a position where I'd spent so much money on a gacha game that I could no longer afford to eat, that I should be, like, I should have, like, my financial independence taken away from me, and then banned from playing gacha games ever again. Or actually just playing any game that has any form of microtransactions in it, honestly. You explore all the map when you finish the story of the patch, and you just watch a video of Hydroculus to hunt them down. I find watching videos to be a pain in the ass, because if I've collected some, incidentally over the time I've been playing. Hey, Sadie. Then watching a video, I'm having to like sift through it to find which ones I have collected and which ones I haven't, and I always used to like mess up and not find all, and not find them all. So I'm just like, nah, I'll just use the map to mark them off as I find them, and then I can use the map to tell me where the remainders are once I'm done. Hey, wolf boys.
Here comes the catch. Let my name echo in song!
Advance! Everyone on me!
I must leave no stone unturned, as a dutiful maid would.
Oh damn, my energy got screwed real bad. It's like the enemies died way too quick.
Follow my lead! Ugh.
Oh dear, more of them. Get cleansed, nerd.
Fall in!
Busted. Things are about to get dicey. May I present?
Steady as stone.
Quietly now.
Advance! Rally!
Let the world collide! Here comes the catch. Shower me with pit!
Time to clean up. Leave it all to me.
I'll catch you. Gotcha. Game's up. Home's over. Quietly.
Ooh. Uh-oh. fucking got flashbanged again. God damn it. Yay, loot. I just realized that most of my characters are actually quite low HP. Yeah, it kind of checks out when you're playing in a team that has a lot of HP draining going on. Fuck.
Someone steady as stone.
At least Noelle is doing pretty good there. Oh, hey Ordinary Wolf, how you doing?
How brilliant!
Look at this power creep here. Who needs an ice bridge when you can just walk on water? Power crepe? Gonna make me feel hungry in a minute, Sadie, if you keep saying.
May I present?
He needs to be nerfed. I think I'm fine with her being strong. Actually, the thing is though, is that she's pretty strong. Yes. Someone say crepe. Indeed, Rowan. It's like, yeah, she's got a fairly good power level to her. That's for sure. But she does have quite a big trade-off. That HP drain is no joke.
How brilliant!
Charge!
Although I will say this, the fact that it's... honestly, this team is probably going to end up being one of the stronger ones for her. Just woke up from a nap? Oh, well, I hope it was a good nap. Honestly though, I just wish I could find someone who would be alright with me gremlining their world for like days. I would... Because there's not enough in the game map, even after completing the quest, to,
Advance!
I must leave no stone unturned.
I completely blanked for a second there, oops. There's not... Yeah, there's not enough to get her to anything beyond Ascension 4 during the first, like, reset cycle. You want to enter your world? I thought that you had Farina. You're not leveling her at the moment.
I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance.
Not at the moment. Well, okay, sure, yeah, if you don't mind, I'd really appreciate that.
I'll catch up.
And of course, when you get round to leveling her, you have her, but only at 40. Ah. You haven't visited Fontaine at all? It doesn't matter if you haven't visited, as long as I can get there physically, like on foot.
Someone needs assistance.
Right, I think I found all of the new spawns. You'll farm her relics before. Oh yeah, that's fair. Like her relics are. I actually managed to get a really good setup for her, beforehand, because I knew what her best set would be. Right, I'll show you what her. So keep in mind she's not fully ascended, so her crit rate is lower than it should be. So yeah, this is her stats. Did you put her HP? Yes. So remember that she also gets plus 12% crit rate from this, because pretty much all of her damage is on the skill. And then... So, yeah, 4-piece golden troop. Crit damage circlet. I was really disappointed that this one didn't roll anything in more into crit rate. It almost all went into EM. But it's not a huge problem, because there are some teams where she can benefit from having elemental mastery. So it's still a good piece for her. Go full for... yeah, exactly. And then HP Goblet, which rolled okay. The only bad thing on it is that it rolled attack. It has an attack percent roll on it. And it rolled, I think it rolled twice into EM, but meh. This, I think, is my weakest piece. It does have a fairly okay amount of crit. I think this, out of every piece that I've got, this one's probably going to be the easiest one to get an improvement on. The feather is like broke. This feather is fucking amazing. And this is like, it's the feather. And I think the flower has a good amount of crit rate on it as well. But yeah, this is a big part of the reason why you can try and re-roll. Wait, when did they allow? I don't think you can re-roll artifact sets or stats, can you? Did they add that? No, I don't think they did. Yeah, I don't think you can re-roll artifact sets. I don't think you can re-roll artifacts. And then, yeah, the flower is also really good because it has all of this... Like, this one is probably the closest to a perfect artifact because everything that's on it is, like, a good stat for her. And it has a pretty good, like, amount of crit on it. It's, like, I think this is a... like, 35... around 35 to 36 CV. The strongbox. The strongbox is not re-rolling artifacts though. Like when someone says like re-rolling an artifact, I think my understanding or my interpretation of that is re-rolling stats. And you can't strongbox golden trope. Only everything up until Inazuma is strongboxable. Sumeru's artifact sets and Fontaine's are not strongboxable at this time. They try to keep it like 2 regions behind with the strongbox. Like, we only got access to strongboxing in Azuma artifacts like Emblem, in 4.0. Are you online at the moment, Rowan? Oh, yes, you are. That was kind of funny, that just spawned in a hedge. Now you know you won't be able to add me? Why is that? Wrong region? Noel, indeed. Oh, sorry, do you need me to leave again? Hey, how you doing, Ashel? Yeah, you're upset. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm gonna actually swap to Wanderer. Because, easier travel. Oh, right, yeah. No statue of the Sevens either, so I'm kind of going in blind. So your brain is on the mist? You feel better soon.
Quit following me.
Full pain. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Are you actually able to unlock statues of the Seven, though, whilst you're, in... Because there's nothing, like, blocking you from going here. And they're actually really easy to get to. Like, this one is stupidly easy to get to, because it's, like, right next to...
Too slow.
I think the other one is also... Yeah, this one's also kind of... It's not as easy, but it is still pretty easy.
Behold! The wind rises.
Saw some random Genshin frogs losing their shit about it. Nope. Alright, I'll leave real quick so you can unlock this one, because this is the one that unlocks the region where most of them are in. So Farina's character story. It was... I don't want to say anything that's spoilery, though. Because I know, because in case anyone here cares about that. You'll unlock the second one? Okay, thank you.
I'll catch up.
I will say this though about the Archon quest. If you've played or watched a playthrough of Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, there's a part of that that gives some very big vibes for that from that game. That's for sure. Another thing I'll say, actually. Why do they keep giving characters that don't spend time on field such nice normal attack strings? Look at this. This is so cool. And it feels very, like, fluid as well. And the whole thing about her is like spinning on a bubble too. It's so cool. Yeah. Unless you get her C6, you ain't fucking using it. Like, in actual combat. It's kinda disappointing. Done? Cool, thank you. I'll rejoin now. Like, seriously, why do you make this character have such a cool looking, oh, I'm gonna get, Wanderer back in. And, time to break out the map. Right, turn off layer exploration. I said turn off. Thank you. Off hydroculi for the moment.
Relax.
Fake light thingies. I do really appreciate this, Rowan, thank you. You will unlock the teleports by foot. Honestly, the waypoints, like, in this area are really, actually pretty easy to unlock. I didn't have that much trouble with them. Well, I haven't unlocked all of them. But the ones I have unlocked, like, across the, like, the farming route for all of these was pretty easy.
Upon the gale.
Actually, there's an area in this place, or in this new region, where Wanderer's, flying actually is very convenient. Because it makes him, because it, like, ignores the... Oh yeah, I can't... God, this is why co-op is not very good in Genshin, other than for just, like sharing materials. I can't activate your waypoints for you. Is it really that hard to just let the co-op player do it and reward the host with the... Exactly. Genshin co-op is really stilted. Exactly. It is... It's cringe. Me just like staring at Genshin's multiplayer. Just being like, why are you so cringe? So, is that the only ones here? It's... It's times like these that make you wish you had a character that could just pinpoint them on the map for you. But I was not going to use Primo Gems for Linny.
Just to see the sun again.
Like,
How childish.
come on,
Wind
guys.
rises.
Not... his exploration talent was just not worth it that many pulls for me. Ironically, HSR multiplayer is way better in Resort. Isn't it kind of similar to other, like, co-op experiences in turn-based gachas where you can just, like, borrow people's characters to use them in fights? Kind of like what Dislike does. And it's just a support system, yeah. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice to have, definitely. Because you also get rewards from doing it. If, like... No, with, like, Dislike, you would get extra points or something if someone used your character. It's a unit rental system, but it's still vaguely interactive. Yeah. You get gold credit. I was gonna say you get cold. Okay.
Too slow.
Spreading diseases through through HSR multiplayer. I will say this though, at least the materials for Farina, they're fairly easy to get hold of.
You're
Like,
so happy
the
just
farming
to
route
see the
for
sun
them
again.
is very
How
straightforward.
childish.
It's not like the fucking starfish for Nouvellette. God, I hated that. Like, yeah, the Nouvellette starfish hunt was actually annoying to me. Because it was, you know, swimming around isn't as fast, sort of thing. And, oh, you've already got Weeping Willow of the Lake unlocked. I'll just go over there. Oh, thank you for following, Glass. Weird, why didn't my alert go off? Huh. It is weird.
Relax.
Wait, are you like... Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just Stream Elements playing weird.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
I am ignoring you, because all I want is the flowers.
Quit following me.
You may look like a decent amount of XP.
Quit following me.
I should check how many I still need. Alright, I'm gonna send her. You got Genshin drops, Pog. Not me completely not realizing that that they've got drops enabled at the moment. Okay. Says that there should be more around here. Ah, there they are. There's some there. I remember that not all of them in this area will have spawned because of the So what's Farina's deal? Sounds like she's a sub DPS. Off-field hydro DPS plus buffer. So her elemental skill, and also she can change between Numa and Uzia just from doing a charge attack. That's basically her charge attack is just to change states. It does a little bit of damage, but she's actually the first sword user who doesn't do a normal attack before charge attacking. It's the same. She functions more like a catalyst user in that respect. Yeah. Aqua from Konosuba, she does party tricks. So her main state is Uzia, and in that form she summons like 3 little, little party animals, and they will attack enemies at set intervals. The seahorse attacks the fastest, but has no AoE. The octopus attacks a little bit slower, but has a little bit of AoE. The crab attacks the slowest and has a bigger AoE than the other 2. If the characters in the party that are above 50% HP will have their HP drained to increase the attack damage of the summons. Sorry, brain is not all together. Thinking. So, the reason why she has that HP drain in her skill is because of her burst. Her burst is a buff that actually has a longer duration than the recharge time on it. So it's possible to maintain the buff almost indefinitely, but kind of conditional. At C0 at the start, it doesn't actually do anything, but every time that like the HP of the party members you have either increases or decreases, so either from their own HP drain, taking damage, Farina's skill, or healing back up, it gives stacks of a buff from her burst that increases the damage and healing of the whole team. It is a lot of stacks to it, and it's a lot of damage when it is fully stacked. Like, it is the highest damage percent buff in the game. It's kind of, if I recall correctly, it's percentage-wise, it's kind of similar in terms of percentage to Bennett's buff. And if you know anything about Genshin, you know Bennett has got like Bennett's damage buff is very strong. But the caveat is that she has to drain the team's HP, and you have to have a healer on the team that can heal everyone. Benny mentioned, yeah. If you don't have enough healing on the team, then effectively her buff just becomes useless. Because you can't build the stacks, and she loses a ton of damage from her skill because the summons won't do increased damage if there's no HP to drain. She stops draining people's HP if they're at 50% or below. So she's not like a straight out like upgrade over any particular character. Like, she is not going to displace Xingqiu, and she's not going to go displacing Yelan, basically. She does have the advantage of that her off-field Hydro application, although it's slower than those two, it doesn't require her to be charge attack, or it doesn't require the on-field unit to be performing normal attacks for the application to be present. It's just there. Which is really useful. Because there are some teams where they really would have wanted to have a good, consistent, like, off-field Hydro applicator, but didn't synergize very well at all with the two main ones. Kokomi was probably the closest thing you had to a decent off-field Hydro app. Thank you for the pet fizz. Hope you're doing well. Where was I going with this? Yeah, like Kokomi, and I suppose you could say Ayato as well. Ayato's like off-field app was pretty good, but but both of them are circle impact. And also Ayato's one is quite random. And Kokomi's is you have to you have to manage her burst properly to have full uptime on the application, because if you don't... There's a cannon here like the ones in Inazuma. Wait, where are you? Oh, I don't think I've been there yet. Yeah, I unlocked the Statue of the Seven, but then I didn't actually go and explore that area because I wanted to go and farm. Oh yeah, it actually is. Dangerous autocannons. Well, I have collected, I'm pretty sure, every single last one of your flowers. So thank you very much. It's not... Unfortunately, there's not enough of the flowers on a single spawn to get her even from like A4 to A6, but... Hey, question, what's up? Did I get the couples chest? Wait, are you talking about that one from all the way back in, like, version... The one where you have to, like, stand in the heart-shaped thing? I'm pretty sure I did on mine, yeah. Have you? You haven't? Well...
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is.
I don't remember where it
If
is.
someone can't handle it, Maybe that's
There's
their
one in
problem.
Fontaine. Where? Still trying to get into Genshin? Don't. Save yourself.
Relax.
It's don't fall into the gacha trap.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
Take your time and enjoy the wonders of the world. And don't spend money. Do as I say, not as I do. They are better. That's fair. But at the same time, don't fall into any gacha. Like, it's just... I am only, like, slightly joking. Like, if you really want to play it and you think you'll enjoy it, then go ahead. I'm not your mum, but yeah, it's just when someone says that they're thinking about getting into it, or they ask if they should play it, I'm always going to default to no. Oh, I see. It's like that. Ah, nice. Well, I haven't gotten this one. The one I thought you were talking about, like, the really old one. But if you haven't got the really old one, then I can help with that too. Some gachas are legit fun, but if you feel you won't handle the temptation or your economic situation is not good, maybe sit there. Let me search for the Heart Island. Okay. I don't know, I just... Isn't it in Inazuma? No, I think the original heart chest is all the way back in, like, Liyue or something.
Universe and found in paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrten.
Like, I can appreciate that there are some gacha games that might have some good elements to them that might make them worth playing. Wasn't it an island in Mondstadt?
May the glory of the Prinzessin bring
It's been long enough that I genuinely don't remember. I just know that it's been there pretty much since the start of the game. But I guess it's just like that personal feeling of like these games are inherently designed to, as I said, that whole thing of why is the game playing on that sense of temptation? Why are they using that as their monetization model?
Brilliant! May I present?
Having fun there, Owen? Why not use the superior water walking option? Kea. Kea has been repeatedly power crap. Oh no. Oh no. You can make it, Rowan. You can make it. Everyone has Kea. Yeah.
How brilliant!
Oh no! You ran out of stamina. Oh no. Rowan. Oh no.
The show begins!
I see you've swapped to Farina.
May I present?
You would recommend one that is less obnoxious about the money stuff. And you know what you're getting into. I don't... listen, I'm not trying to get on anyone's case here, but I really don't like that argument of saying,
Brilliant!
oh, you know what you're getting into? Or your skill runs out. You can refresh your skill. You can recast it.
The show begins!
I see you swimming in the distance. But yeah, I do just don't like. I just dislike that argument because even if you know what you're getting into,
May I present?
that psychological manipulation is incredibly, well, effective. You're gonna run out of stamina again, aren't you? Pull you? How can I pull you?
How brilliant!
Oh wait, hold on, just a sec. I can if I swap characters, I can make a cryo thing for you. Just a sec. Who would be the best one to? I'll do Zayaka. There you go.
Shower me with praise!
True companionship. There you go. Curious as what rewards will we be getting from the events this time? A character, an outfit, or a weapon? The event this patch is a character. We're getting Femine for free. Thank you, your luck sucks and it's your birthday. Wait, it's your birthday? Is it actually your birthday? Bill's birthday, man. Happy birthday, Rowan. Oh. Rowan. Are you sure you want to be putting that on screen? Hold on. My chat, like the in-game chat is not hidden. But yes, happy birthday to you. Since I got all of the flowers already, I will hop out. Doxing in progress. Thank you again. Now everyone knows you're old. Don't worry, man. I'm older. Exactly my thought process there. We just mind melded, Astral. You're welcome. I'm glad that I'm glad you got something out of it. Is your back gonna start hurting? No, that comes later. What did you do to me? I took away your bending. Your knees are healthy. Mine aren't. My knees are fucking scuffed. So yeah, once I get her to max ascension, she's gonna have like 75 crit rate with on her skill hits. Thank God you're still young. I have some bad news for you. Imagine hitting your knees. No, I have a genetic condition that fucks with my joints. So, yeah, my knees are not the best.
Someone needs assistance. Oh, what a pleasant...
What is the bad news? The bad news is that aging comes to everyone. Oh, cool. She, like, trades for jellyfish. These don't replenish. Can we get playable? Siege Win is gonna be playable eventually, because, like, she's got a vision. We know that she's eventually gonna be playable. But Siege Win doesn't look like this. It's like the one time that they could have given us something that is at least... even if it's not like... I really hope that by the time we get to Natlan that we'll get some things like that, because they've said that Natlan is apparently like the region where there's a lot of dragons there that actually like coexist with humans. So So if we were going to get like so if we were gonna get like playable dragon men,
I'll
it
catch
would
up.
Natlan is our final hope. And no, I don't mean Nouvelette. Nouvelette doesn't count. He may be a dragon, but he doesn't look like one. He looks like an elf. You can say you're a dragon as much as you like, but you ain't one. If Natlan gives anything worth it, I'll come back. Yeah, that is exactly my point. Wait. Farina, no! Your summons! I forgot about that. Farina's summons don't get dismissed when she goes underwater, so they can actually attack things. But in a way, the fact that can you swim only in Fontaine? Yeah, the underwater swimming is only a thing in Fontaine. Like you in the Fontaine areas, you get a special stamina bar for swimming, so you don't drown. If Varka is not an actually a daddy, it will explode. I think the Dragon Dan and Star Rail was a kinda lazy but good step in the right direction. Not enough. But, yeah. Like, they don't need to make steps in the right direction. They're already perfectly capable of making furry characters. I don't need to say their names because you know exactly who I'm talking about. But they are not committing. They're not Kermitting. Hey, Aura. You think it's honestly surprising that there is no anthro character at all in this game? I'm just disappointed. Because it's a vanilla game from a Chinese company. Did you miss the pool session? I'm not going to be doing pools on stream anymore, Dario. I actually pulled for Farina back on Wednesday. And I went to get C2. I feel like doing gacha pulls is on stream is kind of it promotes the gacha mentality. I feel like I'm promoting the gacha element by streaming that side of it. So, oh wait, there's one here that I didn't pick up. Oh, cool. So I've decided, yeah, I'm not going to anymore because I don't. Genshin is what I would probably call a guilty pleasure game at this point because I find the game fun, and I'm invested in it at this point. But I just really feel icky about gacha games. Like, I just wish they didn't exist. Like, gacha as a monetization model, I just wish it never became a thing in gaming. How much am I already invested in this game? I've been playing since 1.2. The only patch since 1.2 that I wasn't actively playing in was, I think, 1.6. Never ask that to a gacha player. Oh, I don't know monetarily wise how much I am invested at that point. Because, it's definitely a lot. It's definitely a figure that I probably would... Like, if I hadn't spent any money in this game at all and had instead put it into a savings account, I could probably have bought a new PC with that money. We're talking a fairly big chunk of cash. But most of the big spending happened very early on. I think it was, like, the last time that I actually bought Genesis crystals, like, directly bought them, not talking about the Welkin, is when Raiden's launch banner came out, so it was like, what, 2.2? Yeah, it was 2.2. Was it 2.1? Oh god, I don't remember which which one Raiden came out on. The proper most yet free. It was 2.1. Yeah, I'm umming and ahhing because for the last two regions, the Archon came out in the 0.2 patch, not the 0.1. So if I remember rightly, it was like... Actually, I started playing in, like, the second... I started playing the game in the second half of 1.1, just before Zhongli's banner ended, if I remember correctly. Because I've had Zhongli since I started playing the game. 2.0 was via Kangoimiya, yeah. Yes. 2.1 was Raiden's debut alongside Kokomi. If I remember rightly, this is actually back when they were still only doing one character banner per face. I think it was like a little bit later into Inazuma when they swapped over to doing two characters. Oh, actually, I have enough of the resin that I could go after the Hydrotulpa. I also have fragiles, so I could just use those too. Oh, it might be worth. Oh, the thing is it's immune to Hydro, isn't it? So Yelan's not gonna do anything. Farina's only gonna be there as a buffer. Ugh, that doesn't sound. That sounds kind of cope. Another team that apparently Farina will work very well in is, where are you? Farina... Baiju...
I'll treat your wounds. Taking a turn for the better. Scatter. Flicker.
Our bond is strong.
Yeah? Yeah, that worked pretty well. The nice thing is actually when you're using Kuki in this team, he's actually being healed. Although Baiju did not get very much energy. LOL. Yeah, this is a very energy deficient team. I would need to... I think I would need to play the rotation differently with this one. And do a split rotation with Alhaitham. Because the way I normally play him, I have barely enough energy when I'm using Nahida for him to do like his burst, 2 mirror procs, charge attack or skill, 2 mirror procs, charge attack or skill, 2 mirror procs, swap out and then restart the rotation. And by the time I'm back on him, assuming that that everything's not dead, he should get enough energy back to repeat that. I think if I was using this team, I'd have to do the split rotation, because I think Baiju really needs to have the ability to use 2 E's in the rotation in order for it to offset. Farina, I think energy-wise was okay, but she might need more. I don't know. This team is just it's like the friendship team. But I actually got I think I was actually kind of got decent luck getting Charlotte cons. Like I got Charlotte to C6 before I even hit second pity on the banner. Like I got like 3 copies of her in a single temple. So that it was yeah, that was a thing. Is there a 5-star character that you have or would like to have at C6? After one guy. Oh, yeah, 4 stars can really be hit or miss like that. Sometimes you're gonna get them over and over again, and then sometimes they just don't show up. But to answer your question, Ordinary, there was one character that I'd want to have at C6. Think. His cons aren't that strong. No, not really. I'm just like thinking. Hold on. Just looking through like the list and thinking which character I would like to have at C6 is actually a kind of tough question. Yeah, maybe then she'd actually be useful. Is the 5-star that I have the most constellations on, not including the standard banner ones, because I've been playing long enough that I have some of them at high cons just from 50-50 losses and whatnot. Yeah, like, you get C6 Raiden, it's not I would say no, definitely not C6 Raiden. Raiden's constellations beyond C3 are really not that good. Like, all of her really strong constellations are in the early ones. Her C2 and C3. Once you get past that, it's just... Kazuha, actually... Kazuha might be a good pick. Because Kazuha actually unlocks a new playstyle when he's at C6. He becomes... He can be used as an on-fielder. Because he can get Animo Infusion. He can actually be used as like as an Animo carry. I would say definitely no to Dea, because even with C6, Dea is not very strong. It's like Dea at C6 is comparable to other characters at like C0. It's pretty rough. Wanderer is... I actually use Wanderer quite a lot on Overworld.
Relax.
And his C6 looks quite fun. Like, the amount of Animo hits that it triggers, I've always been kind of curious if Wanderer at C6, with the amount of swirling that he could potentially be triggering, if he's actually like good as just like a mini sort of like major swirl trigger, like just constantly activating swirls over and over again, because he just has so many Animo hits when he's at C6. In terms of what ones would be like from a power level side of things, most of the early ones, I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, not really. Zhao's C6 is kind of fun, but the fact that it lets you kind of go up, down, zoom, 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 up, down, zoom, 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 sort of thing. You get what I mean? But I don't think that would make me want to play him more, because the issue I have with Zhao is just he's too reliant on his burst. It makes him not very fun to play in Overworld. Dan Yu's C6 seems to be powerful as heck. Actually, what is her C6? I don't remember. I've not looked at her kit in ages. Or was this the next fight? Where was it? That actually doesn't sound that good to me. If you're using her on charge attack focus, it's not. You're going to want to be using it a lot more than what this enables. And what about her the lead up? I think if we were talking about from just a pure power level side of things, we'd probably be looking at either Yelan, because almost everyone knows that Yelan's C6 is fucking nuts. Risley or Risley C6 is also pretty interesting. It would... Yelan's, C6 is actually nuts with how much you... Make the punching guy an actual furry. I have seen people actually turn him furry, make him, do a design of him as a wolf, and they looked really good. I'm just God damn it. He's an ice martial, punchy guy. He melee ice guy. You know who else is? And he has like kind of wolfish. Like, his hair is kind of deliberately made to look kind of wolfy. You know who else is a melee character that uses ice and looks a little wolfy? Von Lycaon. Anyway, moving on. I actually would really like Farina C6 would actually be quite fun for me, I think, because Farina Alhaitham seems to be good as well. Not really. Alhaitham's only good constellation from like a meta perspective is his C6. The rest of them leading up to it are not that good. Combining with Nahida, yeah, but this is like if you were picking any single one character. So if I was gonna pick a single character to C6, I wouldn't be picking Alhaitham. If I wanted to make Alhaitham's team stronger, I would C6 Nahida. But going over to Farina, none of her constellations are like a ridiculous breakpoint. Yeah, Nahida is definitely a top pick for like if you had to C6 one of them, who would it be? Because Nahida is just already, even at C0, she's so strong. And like if you take her to C6, it is nuts. But like none of Farina's constellations are an insane breakpoint for her power and her strength. But each and every one of them is good. Like, they are all very good upgrades for her. Like, C1 to C3 are very solid, like, for the team, because they're all, like, they all essentially revolve around improving her buffing ability. This gives her a higher damage cap to the buff, as well as making it start off with stacks already. This one makes it accumulate faster, which in some teams is going to be useful, others maybe not so much. This one gives burst levels, and Farina's bursts, like, level scaling is actually skewed quite favorably into higher levels. Like, you get more out of leveling it than for most other people's talents. C4 helps with her energy issues in teams where she needs energy, and once you get C4, there are then teams where you can start using her signature instead of an energy weapon, and that improves her damage even more. So it's like this one is it's like not a damage increase per se, but it's very it's a nice comfort upgrade. This one, you know, boosts damage on her skill. And then with the way that this one's worded and the way that it's like it adds such a huge amount of like HP scaling on her hits. Hey Ali, how you? I'm doing good, you? It feels very similar in terms of what its function as like Yelan C6 is. This almost feels like it's kind of like a Yelan C6. Especially if you're using the infusion in her Numa state. Because then it's like, what does it say here? Arca-Ozia. Arca-Numa, yeah. It said increases at 25%. So it's like, it's 6 hits that do 18 plus 25, 30, 42% of Farina's max HP per hit for 6 hits. Keeping in mind that depending on when you use it in the rotation, she may even have stacks of her buff on top of that, and since she will have C2, obviously, her max HP will have been increased quite a lot by that one. This sounds actually very, very strong. And if you don't want to use that, or if you need the healing, you can just use the Uzia form of it, and she actually heals a very, very large amount off of that. You just woke up? Fair enough. Like, it's like the C6 is basically like, take your pick. You either get to do a big nuke with her every time you refresh her skill. I mean, it's still a fairly big series of hits, even in the Uzia state, because it's still 18% of her HP each hit. But it's like, you do... I think that's kind of like to justify the field time of using it, basically. So it's like, take your pick. Big nuke from Numa, or basically make it so you might not need to use a healer anymore on your team with the Uzia one. It's like, pick your... it's like, it's a very nice one. Balls, indeed. I just like it how it makes it so it's more viable for her to be used in a Noelle team. Like, Noelle is, Noelle mains are feasting this patch. Got some Noels in the chat. Why is that? Because Noel has incredibly good synergy with Farina. Noelle can be built as a carry. Now, of course, she can heal the whole party when she's on field. It's like, when she has her burst and her shield active, every hit of her, like, normal attacks or charge attacks will heal the team. She's a defense scaler. Well, defense converter. Which means that she's going to have high defense, and the fact that she has a shield as well helps her with offsetting the fact that Farina can potentially make the team a little bit more squishy. Although the fact that she's generally, even if she's built damage, Noelle's healing is generally good enough to keep the entire team healthy, even with Farina's HP drain. And because Noelle already gets a ton of, like, a fucking ton of attack from being, from converting her defense into attack, she doesn't actually scale that well with Bennett. Like, Bennett isn't actually very good to use on the team because he's just like a massive attack buff, but it's kind of diluted by the fact that Noelle's already got, like, I mean, it's got 1.8, what was her conversion? I think it's like, so it's 80 defense there, but like her constellation gives her another like 50, yeah. So, yeah, you're looking at like over 3,000 attack with it on this build that I'm using right now. It also, because Farina drains HP of the whole team, Farina's buff is a damage percent buff, which is more useful to Noelle than an attack buff is. Like, it does more for her than Bennett's attack buff would. Brain. Because another thing that Farina does is, because of the fact that she drains HP from the whole team, she enables any character that you're using as the on-fielder to use... where are you? Oh, there you are. She enables anyone on the team that is the on-field or the driver, to use the Marshall Say Hunter set. Now this set is very, very strong because it's 36% crit rate. That's a lot of crit rate. And basically with Farina, this effect is guaranteed to have 100% uptime. And she just enables that on any on-field unit that you're playing. That's very good for Noelle. Like, I don't know if it's, like, enough stats that it actually beats out, the other options for her. I'm pretty sure it is, though. But yeah, getting 72 CV from your artifact set is very good. So yeah, it actually gives Noelle a lot of extra damage capability. It actually makes her pretty good. I guess Albedo could go well with Noelle. Actually, yes. Like, there are a couple of different team variations that you can do with Noelle. If you're wanting to do the traditional, like, mono Geo Noelle is Noelle, Goro, and Albedo. And then it's a flex on the 4th slot. If it's true mono Geo, then it is Zhongli. But most of the time, people will throw in a different character. You could use, like, Linny from before because what? Yeah, that is a potential issue with Marshall Say, is that whilst it's a lot of stats, there are some characters that it's too much crit rate, and you're just gonna overcap. It's actually something you have to carefully plan around, and it kind of de-emphasizes the value of getting crit rate substat rolls, which can make it harder to get good quality artifacts because, well, one of the good stats is no longer as valuable. To illustrate that, one of the theory crafters that I was watching was talking about using Marshall Say on Wanderer in a team with Farina. That was Wanderer, Farina, Farazan, and Mika. Mika, because, well, he's a team-wide healer. He actually heals the on-fielder during their, like, uptime. So Wanderer, as most people know, Wanderer is quite squishy. So the fact that Mika can heal him whilst he's trying to do his damage is actually quite useful. And Mika can full heal the rest of the team whilst he's and also Mika increased attack speed, and because Wanderer is a catalyst user, he doesn't get hit lag, so he actually gets the full benefit from attack speed buffs. And it can start making it better for him to start spamming normal attacks rather than using charge attack spam. Wanderer has a big mouth breathing problem. Yeah.
There's no point worrying about the future.
Sorry, my brain is like. But yeah, anyway, herein lies the rub with that. Mika's a cryo unit, and when you do your setup with Wanderer on that team, it's generally going to be very easy for you to get both the cryo and hydro buff for Wanderer's skill. Let's see if I go to here. crit rate increases by 20%. So, Wanderer is a crit rate Ascension character. So, at Ascension 6, he's already got 24.2, I think? 24 point... let's just say 24. 24 crit rate. So, add Martial Say to that, and he's already at 60% at a baseline before you have any artifact stats on him whatsoever. Now add the cryo buff. At 80. He's already in the threshold for crit rate diminishing returns. And he doesn't have any crit rate substats factored in on his artifacts yet. Just from his Ascension, the Martial Say set, and the cryo buff that he should be getting consistently if you're using the Mika team. It would be incredibly easy to overcap his crit rate, and any overcapping on crit rate is really, really bad in terms of like stat quality, because you get nothing out of it.
Relax.
Add up. Anyway, so when you're running Martial Say, obviously, it means that some of his weapon, unless you have really good crit damage, well, that's the thing. It makes it more difficult to get good artifact pieces for him, because, well, also another thing to keep in mind is that the crit damage weapons that are in the game, at least for catalysts, don't tend to have that good synergy with Wanderer. Like, Kagura's Verity is just a stat stick. He doesn't get any benefit out of the passive, like, at all. Unless you're somehow able to manage his rotations so that he can get the passive, but that's a bit cope. His signature loses a bit... the thing is that, yes, it gives attack speed, and it gives normal attack % bonus. Problem is that... but he's already getting quite a lot of attack speed from Mika. Is it enough to justify running his signature? Maybe. You could use the attack stats, the attack substat weapons, and that probably would end up being the better pick for him. Skyward Pride would probably... is it Skyward Pride? No, the Skyward Atlas, sorry. The book, the Skyward Book, probably would end up being his best weapon on that team, because I just don't see him wanting to use a crit stat, like any of the crit weapons, because you can't use the crit rate weapons, because no matter which one you try to use, he will overcap on crit, and that's bad. His signature would be okay. I think Nivelette's signature might be okay, but I'm not sure. It basically makes it gives him a lot more issues with finding a good weapon to put on him. And even if you have a good weapon to give him, you've only got 20% crit rate to play with in substats. That isn't actually that many rolls of crit rate. It would be quite easy, actually, to overcap. Got Skyward Atlas as his weapon, Jean plus Yunjin as his attacks increase. Yeah, I suppose. But, that's the problem with using, Martial Say on Wanderer. He is just going to have very little wiggle room for crit rate in his artifact substats, and he doesn't actually have that many other useful stats for him. on artifact subs, crit damage is going to be the most valuable one by far. Attack percent would be a bit more valuable in a Farina team, or in a Farina focused team, because he won't be using Bennett in that one, and he currently does use Bennett in his current teams. Brain, please work. I guess HP could be useful for him because, you know, he's not going to have a shielder anymore. So, because you can't run a shielder in that team. So he would benefit probably quite a bit from having a little bit more HP, be a little bit, have a little bit more tankiness, potentially. Might actually be worth having a little bit in the substats. And ER would be a little useful, is, you know, being able to burst more consistently, but he's not very burst reliant. It's not where most of his damage comes from. So it just makes it feel a little bit more awkward to get, like, a higher investment to try and get a good set of things for him. Wait, is that the friendly one? Is that the friendly one? Please tell me that's the friendly one. Not the friendly one, is it? Are you nice? It's not attacking me. They aren't attacking. Are they friendly? Big friends. I will leave them be. Because I think the Vishaps are cute. Now make them Barra and playable. Yes. You are speaking the truths right there. The real shit right there, you know? I want to give it a try. I want to try and use this team against the Tulpa. I'm gonna, like, attack it once with, like, Yelan to see if it is actually immune to... I'm pretty sure it is. I might want to swap to, like, Albedo. Immune. Yeah, let's go. Let's get out of here. A man with 3 million HP ready for a fist fight. How Neverlet should have been. Yeah. Damn. Got a point though.
Understood. Coming to be.
Oh no. Imagine if his flower can't be put down here.
Live.
That's the problem that I have with with the older Geo units, is the constructs seem to just be really flimsy.
Charge! Formally burst forth.
Strike a pose! Time to shine!
Everyone on me!
Leave it up to me, as a dutiful maid would.
This is
Steady as
definitely a
stone.
team that,
Someone needs assistance.
Coming to be.
Yoo-hoo! The mining echoing song!
All in! Press the advantage! Burst forth.
As a good knight should. I must leave no stone unturned.
I think the problem is that with this team, with Mono Geo plus Farina, I think she would need Fav. I think she needs to use Favonius. On this one, her ER might be a bit too low. Also, I guess it just genuinely doesn't help that this thing's immune to Hydro. You know?
Chivalry will never die.
Guy Farina buys you Raiden. Laughs in I don't have Yai.
If you keep your eyes peeled and your mind engaged, you'll find there's always a new story nearby just waiting to be discovered.
You still can't get over Al-Haytham being buffer than Ito. Yeah. They really fucking did Ito dirty, didn't they? Like, goddamn. Checking something real quick. You are being tracked. Our FBI agents outside my house. Yeah, I'm very sure that Fischl would work pretty well in that team, yeah.
Another test job. Suffocate. Suffocate.
Strike a pose!
Suffocate.
Illusion shattered! Smile!
Suffocate.
interesting trinkets for me. How brilliant!
Did I do the Archon quest? Yes. I've done Farina's story quest as well. Imagine Kule having to tag along with pre-Archon quest Farina and Fischl. Oh, yeah, I could see her being like that, actually.
The show begins!
What are you doing? Just like, what are these summons doing? What did they just attack? Why are you draining my HP? Oh, hello. Well, that was very
I see everything.
handy.
Shower me with sick! Shine down!
I just really like her normal attack animations. Gentiliomosho is wanted to take a stroll, yeah. Oh, Gentilom. Is it Gentilomosho? I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, Gentilom, that's right. I think. Sorry, I am not very good with pronunciations, especially when it comes to different languages. Although, apparently, like, well, again, because I watch someone who is Canadian, so they, like, are, if not native, very fluent with French. They pointed out that the seahorse, that Surtondon Cheval Marin, Cheval Marin is literally water horse. It's not actually what French people say for seahorse. Your English pronunciation would make you not understanding. Would like the exact opposite. Because I'm pretty sure you're cringing at me when I'm trying to say French words. You know you're doing your best.
How dare you!
You don't know if you should build Charlotte for full attack or for healing, or just build her as their usual build her as a usual attack, cryo damage, and crit rate. Imagine Venti laughing while seeing exactly. So I'm actually using like a full attack build with an ER stance and as much ER as I could possibly get. Like, look at this thing. It rolled so much into ER that it's got like 20% on it. And yeah, it's like I found like a tenacity set because I actually haven't verified this, but I'm pretty sure that like the ticks of her E use or proc the tenacity set so she can give the attack buff fairly consistently. Other than that, I think Noblesse is a good pick on her. Or she actually doesn't need to use maidens if you're using her in Farina teams, as long as she's got enough energy to use her burst, because her burst heals a lot.
Say cheese!
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Charlotte's camera, like, actually can keep tenacity buff going for quite a while.
Hold that pose! Breaking news! Say cheese! There is no escape!
Do I have Shao Lanterns from the... yes I do. I have 1,000 of them.
There are lots of journalists in the court of Fontaine, but not all of them. Ooh, this looks alright.
Iron ore is actually like something... Oh yeah, the master. I don't actually think that I did that much farming. I think I just ended up with a lot. Yeah, I don't remember putting that much effort into getting them. But iron ore is basically I don't have a lot of iron ore because a lot of the Fontaine housing items use a lot of iron ore, and I ended up burning out through a lot of my supply. So yeah, I'm actually kind of Yeah, they finished with having only 7. Yeah, you didn't need very many at all. I think it was because that was around the time when I was routinely doing like farming routes in the game to get like other materials, and you got lantern materials quite easily from that too. So I was like, I ended up with a lot of them just from doing things I would have been doing anyway. I see you in there, you sneaky little thing.
Strike a pose!
You need to take from someone the shower. Oh, if only you could do that. Stop attacking the cannon! Brina, your summons are draining my HP for no reason.
Ah.
God fucking damn it. Imagine attacking the she does. Dario, her minions will fucking attack bonfires out in the field, and they drain HP on attack, not on hit. She's fucking going out there draining my character's HP. They're just fucking attacking a bonfire. It's like Oz. It's like how they basically have similar sort of AI to Oz, I think. It's so stupid. Imagine or you see a cleaning lady fighting your oven. Ugh. No, right?
Oh, brilliant!
At least it's like she has the ability to heal in over. Like when you're doing like actual content, like Abyss a lot, you're probably never going to use the singer. But at least in like Overworld, you can use it.
The show begins!
I need to mark this fucker off of the map. Just a sec. Ugh. I can turn the lake lights off for the moment. Special items. Hydroculi. Boop. Boop. A boop. I am... here, I think? Question mark? There we go. Cooking ingredients, how delightful. you gonna attack the thing? There you go.
Ah,
This is how Farina goes shopping now, yeah.
may I present?
Right.
Ah, the show begins.
Yeah!
Ah. Shower me with praise. Ah.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo! Time to shine! Everyone hold hands! Truth bomb! Smile!
Just like weekend discounts.
What a pleasant surprise! Truly an extra slice of joy.
I go for a what? Okay.
How brilliant!
Otter! Oh, he dropped his shell.
Hey!
Illusion shattered!
May I present?
He knew that. Yeah, I remember that, like, meme that went around.
Ah. Shower me with praise.
Oh god, yep, they do. They will they will attack barrels.
Ah. Strike a pose. Oh, splendid! More interesting trinkets for me. Let my name echo in song! I see everything.
There is no escape!
Hold that pose!
Breaking news!
You're leaving, your family is on your way to pick you up, we're having dinner. Ah, I hope you have a nice meal and have fun. Thanks for stopping by.
I wish I could interview whoever left this stuff here.
That felt a little excessive. Was that a little excessive? Nah, they deserved it.
Shine down.
Oh, thank you for following Chaos the Beetle Puppy. That's a good name. How are you doing? At least my alert played that time. Tiny stuff. Wait, the potential. Oh. Oof. That was cool. Looking to watch new friends on Twitch? Oh, well, I hope that you enjoy your stay.
Trinkets for me.
I don't tend to stream Genshin super often. Mostly it's like a few times around the time a patch comes out. Most of the time I play like MMOs, other types of RPGs, adventure games. Actually my latest like fixation has been a game called Wildmender, which is kind of like a it's a blend of like adventure game, farming game, and like world regeneration.
The show begins.
Go on then, put the fires out. Guys. Stop attacking it! Stop attacking it! Oh right, she can't walk. Need to... Farina has developed a sort of I don't know if you would call it like a love-hate relationship. Like the minions are like very, they're cool, but they're also annoying.
Illusion shattered.
They're very violent summons. They're also just like really... they're kind of dumb. Yay!
Oh, what a pleasant surprise. Truly an extra slice of joy.
Extra slice of joy, huh? Have you been remembering to take your joy? Gimme. Itchy. Ah. Yay! Got freed. What's also really funny about Farina's summons is that she can, if you summon them and then go underwater, they will follow you underwater and they will attack things underwater. Oh, right, I need, No, I want to break this thing open. Whoa! Now where am I? Is that a fucking Sissin?
Ah, shower me with praise.
Now it's dead. Wait. Now it's dead. Gimme. So, need to back that one off. Welcome back. That looks like it would have actually been quite painful if you tried to do that in real life.
The show begins!
You're not safe on the water.
How brilliant! The show begins!
There's something like dashing around there. Oh, it was a Sealy. Okay.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
Gave him a little razzle dazzle.
May I present? Ah. Ah.
There's actually something kind of satisfying about doing that. Pretty. one marked off.
Shower me with praise! Let the world come! This way, Perilevel. The Temple of Wisdom!
Illusion shattered!
Oh, I can't shoot! Bomb! The show begins!
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Hold that pose!
There we go. I think I'm gonna call it a day early here. Pretty much achieved what I wanted to achieve today. Even though almost of the stream has just been me rambling and wandering around in circles. But, yeah, no. Anyway. I think I'll this day. Oh, thank you for being here. I'm not going to be doing a raid today. I'm just gonna call it. So, yeah. Thanks everyone for being here. I will see you all again on Sunday for, well, we'll see. Take care everyone. Good night. Thank you, Orem. Bye-bye.